anime, there are those moments where you think you've already seen everything a character can do. The fight seems lost, but then they reveal a power that changes the entire battle. These are the moments when anime characters unleashed powers nobody saw coming. We start this list with two characters from Sakamoto days who just became the target of a ruthless assassin. Usually, this boy can hear people's thoughts and predict their next move. But against this man, that ability doesn't really help at all. And just when the situation started to look hopeless, something unexpected happened. Now we have a character who was betrayed by her own clan and stripped of everything she had. Her own father took her twin sister away from her. But before she passed, her sister had one final wish: to destroy everything. And Maki made sure that wish was granted. What came back was not the girl they knew. What came back was something nobody in that clan could stop. This was just the beginning. The warm-up is done. Now it's time for the main event. Because the ones she just took down were nothing compared to what was waiting for her. And the scariest part? She knew that. She walked into that fight like she had already won. Like the outcome was never even a question. The one guy in a world full of mages who cannot cast a single spell. Mocked, looked down on, and called talentless his entire life, but never stopped because of it. He kept pushing forward no matter what. But when he loses the person closest to him, something in him breaks. He starts questioning why he was the only one who could never use magic. But then Finn's blood makes contact with his sword. With those white hair and that new form, he looked like a completely different person. And honestly, he never looked more badass in his life. In the end, he gave us an absolutely beautiful animated scene to close out this moment. The guy who could never cast a single spell ended it all with a spectacular display of power. Remember this guy from Tower of God? One of the most tragic betrayal stories in anime, pushed into the abyss by the one person he trusted with his life. But 6 years later, he came back. And not as the innocent kid everyone remembered. What came back was something completely different, something much, much stronger.
何もせず出ていくわけねえだろ。でも5対1だぞ。どう戦う気だ。無駄な戦いはやめろ。
これは戦いじゃありません。
後悔するな。ああ、悪い悪い。あいつ波使いかよ。おい、このままじゃ全滅だぜ。仕方ない。頑固たる盾。今だ。相手にすらなんねえ。
Up next, we got this blonde guy who would literally do everything to avenge his people. Driven by pure hatred and loss, he trained himself to unlock a power that only works against one specific group. And when he stood in front of one of the strongest members of the Spider, he found out the hard way what happens when you mess with someone who has nothing left to lose.
Yes.
時間の無駄だ。
全開だ。
He was so confident he literally brought a shovel with him because he already knew how this fight was going to end. Now we have to glaze the Great Explosion Murder God Dynamite from My Hero Academia, because what he did in the final arc of the show was freaking insane. He began by saving his idol with a peak aura entrance, and then proceeded to go absolutely crazy.
後回しだ。ここまで来たら俺がラスボスだ。オルフォーどけボムがハウス引っ張ったこれは俺たちの物語だ。
He went all out from the very first second, but the craziest part? Right in the middle of this fight, he discovered a brand new technique on the spot and used it instantly. Nobody saw that coming, not even All for One. Being outnumbered 5-1 usually means the fight is already over, unless you're this woman. She even said that fighting all 5 of them at once would be a handicap for them. At this point, I'm convinced she's Bakugo's long-lost mother, because what she unleashed against the elves was nothing short of insane.
そうだな。私の最大魔法マナゾーン全開。このヒリヒリする感じ、一体この魔法カレデスブラキウム煉獄。
Imagine being so strong that you willingly suppress your own power just to enjoy a fight. That's exactly what this man does. But the moment his eye patch comes off, it's game over. And after seeing what happened next, you'll understand why he's one of the most feared captains in Bleach.
Hey. バカが眼帯外しやがるから。
なんだてめえの
フーだよ。
見た方がいいよ。
Imagine throwing everything you've got at someone, and they don't even flinch. That's exactly what happened here. Kenpachi just kept moving forward like a monster. And of course, in the end, there was never any doubt about who was going to win.
私の勝ちよ。あとはこの私直々に少し警戒しすぎた。なんだ。私の魂を天秤に乗せたな。物量で押されていたら危なかったけれども。どういうこと？私は魔力を制限していた。私は生きてきた時間のほとんどを魔力を制限して過ごした。なんでそんなわけのわからないこと。でもお前たちに勝てる。ふざけるな。9年以上生きた大魔族だ。アウラ、 お前の前にいるのは1000年以上生きた魔法使いだ。
魔族が言葉で人を欺くで魔族を欺く。
自害しろ。
Speaking of hiding your true power, this character took it to a whole different level. She looks calm and innocent, but beneath that quiet smile hides one of the most powerful mages in history. All this time, she had been suppressing the vast majority of her mana, but the moment she stopped holding back, Aura realized she was standing in front of a walking disaster.
死ね。メギド。
死者4214、5575。
一体何が起きておるというのだ。魔物の国の主なのか。
町を襲撃した異世界人か。
中身は違う。
違いないな。
魔物の国になど手を出したのが間違いだった。
The main character from that time I got reincarnated as a slime, and the ruler of the monster nation is usually one of the calmest people around. But when someone he cared about was taken away from him, he showed everyone what happens when he stops holding back. Do you know that feeling when something seems like it should be easy, but suddenly turns into a complete nightmare? That's exactly what happened to this group of hunters. They entered this dungeon expecting a simple raid, but instead they ended up facing a terrifying boss they were completely unprepared for. Luckily for them, the main character was there.
ここにいるモンスターをします。だけど残念ながら相性は最悪かな。お前にとってだがな。好き。君主の領域。
何がどうなってるの？
悪魔の城でレベル70を達した時習得した。信じられない。で一段と強くなった。雪。
こんなに強い人がどうして荷物持ちなんか。
世の兵士たちの方が数も力も上のよ。いつまで持つか見ものだな。
This was probably the worst thing the dungeon boss could have said. He wondered how long Jinwoo would be able to last, but he had no idea that Jinwoo wasn't even close to his limit. Calmly analyzing the situation, Jinwoo made one move and completely took control of the entire battlefield like it was nothing.
起きろ。世の兵士をアンデッドに。
お前も。この衛兵はうちんとこの方が優秀だな。
血を抜いた。ローターン。烈火の歌。
護衛を失った瞬間。
お体や。
お使い。
Oh damn, I can't wait for this anime to return with season 3. In the end, Jinwoo not only added another powerful soldier to his army, he also farmed plus 1,000 aura. Not only did he save the group he was with, but he also made sure this lady right here would never forget that moment. Up next, we have a moment where an army of 70,000 soldiers stood on the battlefield, fully armed and ready to win. They had the numbers, they had the confidence. And then one figure stepped forward on the other side, alone. No army, no backup, just him. And what happened next? Nobody on that battlefield was ready for.
あれがあなたが恐れる大マジックキャスト。あれはそしてすぐに撤退を。ダットのごとき撤退。
ではレイブンコ無事を祈る。
俺は何も感じない。
イヤセブニグラス。
まさか7万人を一瞬で。
いい発生カモアン俺が許す。
よーし、これで楽に動けるぞ。いや
When Rock Lee took off his weights, everyone was like, really? That's it? The difference can't be that big, but the moment those weights hit the ground and cracked the earth beneath them, everyone realized that he and his sensei were absolutely crazy for this. It was necessary though, because his opponent was just too strong for anything less. This moment easily became one of the most iconic in all of Naruto, and showed just how far pure hard work alone could take someone.
「他の術はできぬともあいつは誰にも負けない」。
やっぱり天才か。
守りきれない。
This one comes from one of the best new anime of 2024. The MC spent his entire life trying to become a Defense Force soldier, the people who fight and kill these monsters. But when he finds himself in an impossible situation with no way out, something happens that literally nobody saw coming, not even him.
買うか。待て、なんやその速度。
フォルティチュード 9.8 怪獣8号です。
副隊長、
違和感は持っとった。いつの間にかあいつに惹かれた。
みんなも黙っててくれ。
俺だって防衛隊の今度は
Even though he saved their lives, he had to get arrested. And if you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend doing it. Chainsaw Man hit different from episode 1, and this moment is the reason why. Denji had nothing, no money, no future, no hope, just him and his little devil dog trying to survive. But when he finds himself in an impossible situation with no way out, something inside him awakens, and what crawls out of that pile of garbage is not the same person who went in.
さすがに食い殺しは死ぬだろう。
Last on our list, we have one of the most iconic moments from One Piece. I still remember watching this moment as a child in front of the television, and it gives me such good feelings, to be honest, when everything was calm and peaceful. At this point, let me know in the comments which anime you loved to watch as a child.
セカンドゴムゴムの
それ
ジェットピストル。
全く見えん。
ブレッゴムゴムのジェットバズーカー。ギャッ。
If you've watched until here, oh damn, you're an absolute legend. I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for your time. Drop a comment with the word gang so I know who the real ones are. Also, let me know which anime you loved in your childhood. And if you liked this one, I'm sure you're gonna love this video too.